Hello, and welcome to the first video of my biochemistry course, where I'm going to explain different concepts of biochemistry in a simple and understandable way. Now, the first series of my videos is going to be dedicated to macromolecules. What is a macromolecule? A macromolecule, if we break down this word, we can understand that this is basically a large molecule, which is also a polymer. Now, what is a polymer? A polymer is a long molecule consisting of many similar building blocks. Like a train consists of cars. And these building blocks are called monomers. Now, there are three types of macromolecules, which are carbohydrates, proteins, and nucleic acids. Now, you might ask, why is there no lipids in this list? And the simple reason for that is that even the simplest lipids, which are triglycerides, are made of at least two different types of molecules: alcohol and fatty acids. For example, here you can see that this molecule of a triglyceride is made of glycerol and some fatty acids. And the problem is that we cannot define a single monomer for this type of molecule. So although it's also a large molecule, it is not considered a macromolecule, just because it is not a polymer. However, I will still make a separate video for lipids. Different macromolecules are made up of different structural subunits. And although these monomers look different, they actually have one thing in common. They all have a molecule of water that they can give. And that is why all three types of macromolecules are formed by the same reaction, which is called dehydration. The word dehydration basically means loss of water. And this is exactly what happens in this reaction. Let's take a look at an example of this dehydration reaction between two glucose molecules forming a larger disaccharide, which is called maltose. Now, as you can see, the first glucose molecule gives its hydroxyl group, which is oxygen and hydrogen. And the second one gives its hydrogen to form a molecule of water. And this allows two molecules of glucose to combine together, forming a maltose molecule. This exact reaction happens in all types of macromolecules. Now, what about a reaction that allows our bodies to disassemble these macromolecules? This reaction is called hydrolysis, which is basically the opposite of the dehydration reaction. And what happens during this process is that a polymer chain, in our example we used a disaccharide, gets broken down into monomers by adding a water molecule back to it. This water molecule then gets attached to two monomers in the form of hydroxyl group and hydrogen. So as you can see, it is just an opposite reaction to the dehydration reaction. Now, these reactions, of course, don't occur randomly. that would be just difficult for us to live normally if our proteins would get broken down by just water. That is why these reactions are controlled by enzymes, which are catalysts of different reactions in our bodies. I'll dedicate a separate video for enzymes, and in the next episodes of Macromolecule series, we're gonna discuss carbohydrates, proteins, nucleic acids and lipids in more detail. But for today, that is all. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.